Alrighty guys, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 tutorial. So today I will be showing you guys on how to recolor hair in The Sims 4, and honestly, right now I am dabbling in my own custom content right now, and I'm pretty addicted to it. Not gonna lie, I got way too many CC projects on my hand right now, and it's a problem, but you know what? I don't care because I'm addicted. Anyway, so there are some special programs that you definitely do need in order to make all this Sims 4 recoloring hair all work. So what you need is the Sims 4, of course. You need the Sims 4 Studio, and what you need also is like an editing software like Photoshop, GIMP, Paint, or any other like editing photo software that you kind of use on your own spare time or whatever you have available. I highly recommend those, but I highly recommend Photoshop or GIMP. GIMP is actually free, but I will link both of them down below because it's pretty cool and I like them and I highly recommend them too. So for Photoshop users, I definitely recommend and highly suggest that you definitely download the .dds file extension plugin for Photoshop, because what that plugin does is allows you to, well, it works with Sims 4 Studio because it has to do with 3D rendering. And so it works in its favor, so definitely download that before you recolor any hair. It's really, really recommended, so definitely use it. But either way, that's what I'm doing today. I like it. It's going to be fun. So let's hop right into this tutorial, and hopefully I will be clear and concise about everything, hopefully. But if I don't, then I'll have stuff linked down below in the description and probably some stuff in the comments too. But let's hop right into this tutorial and hopefully it will be good. So once you load up your Sims 4 Studio, what you gotta do is type in your creator name. Mine is SpringSims, that's who I am today. You can go over to cast and you can go over to the third option, add cast part swatch. Click that, and what you can do here is pretty cool. I love it a lot. What you can do is you can section off to gender, age, part type, which is hair, and all other things as well. Whatever pack, and it's actually updated to the latest pack, which is toddlers. I don't know if you need these packs in order to make the custom content. Not really sure, but I think you still can use it, but you can have someone, if you don't have those packs, then you can have someone else test it, that custom content, who does have the pack. So either way, I think you don't need it, but don't quote me on that. Don't know, but yeah, either way, that's what it's there for. It's updated to the latest version. And so once you pick your hair that you want to use, I suggest that you use the dirty blonde one, because that one actually really, really works well with any type of recolor that you want to use. Well, recolor that you want to make, actually, because it really works well. And I don't recommend using, you know, the yellow mustard blonde, which is called the dry blonde, or the platinum blonde, or any other color, because it does not work. Trust me, it does not work. So dirty blonde all the way through. And I think what I might use is actually the basic generic ones, and I think what I'll use is, where's that, right here, dirty blonde right here. Gonna go with it, and I might actually put up for download when I finish the whole entire set and everything like that I want. So once you pick your hair, you click next, and once it loads, you just type in your whatever file name you want to choose it for. I'm just gonna take it for this tutorial. I'm just gonna call it SpringSims tutorial. That's not a T, that's an R. Okay, yep, there we go. SpringSims tutorial. There we go. Click enter. It loads up, and there you go. You have your hair all loaded up in Sims 4 Studio, and it's kind of a little bit confusing to you if you don't know Sims 4 Studio. It's all laid out very perfectly clear. Up here is your swatch panel where you can add all your added swatches or remove swatches. I don't think there's actually a limit to swatches. Not really sure, but don't quote me on that. Don't know if there's a limit or not, but you know, you can add your swatches up there. Down here, you can add your swatch thumbnail, like the color, which you can just do whatever. You can actually add multiple swatches if you have like either an ombre or like some type of gray tint in the hair. You can add like, you know, a gray color to that, and it adds right there. Or maybe a third color. You can do that too. But also, what you can do is add your own like custom swatch thumbnail to show up on the swatch, you know, panel when you're picking a hair in the Sims 4 actual game. And next, after that, you know how, like, you know, in the Sims 4 with custom content, there's an actual thumbnail to show you the actual hair of what you're picking? That's actually called the catalog thumbnail, and you can customize that to your own liking. And the dimensions of, well, technically the dimensions or size of that catalog thumbnail is 104 by 148. And so that's the actual size for the Sims 4 catalog thumbnail that you need to choose from. And so once you have all that situated and done, if you want to add it, if you want to add it or not, what you have to choose in order to recolor your hair is go to diffuse, diffuse, I don't know what that word is, words. So you go to texture, you click the first one, you click export, do that one right there, and you go ahead and name the file that you want. I'm gonna call it hair, because I don't have a file like that, so I'm gonna call it hair, and that's gonna be exported to your folder, to whatever you saved it to. And where did it go? I just saw it. Oh, it's right here. Okay, good. So I'm gonna double click on it. It goes open up to Photoshop, and if you can see this picture right here, you just go ahead and actually click OK. Everything is fine. Loads up. There it is. Cool. And so with Photoshop or any type of hair recoloring action, whatever, I actually use hair recolor action for Photoshop to recolor my hairs, and I highly recommend Pukalet, because Pukalet is actually a pretty good creator at making actions for the Sims, like hair recolors, hair retextures for the Sims 2, 3, and 4. And so I will link their Tumblr down below, and also the actual link to those actions if you want to use them in Photoshop. And so whenever you make a new swatch, what I recommend is that you go over to, I think is the Pukalet natural color ones for the Project Mayhem. And so there's actually a base color that you have to, well, you don't have to, or I recommend you use, because with that, if you want to add more swatches to the hair that you're retexturing or recoloring, I go with the base blonde coat, because that works well and it works fine in everyone's favor. And so that's what it's there for, to reset the hair color to the original. Okay, so for the sake of this one right here, I think what I want to use is, because I'm gonna make this as a set, and I want to have a color in mind. So what I might go ahead and choose is probably not an unnatural one, not just yet. I might use the natural ones, and then go with, you know, the unnatural and then the renatural. But yeah, so yeah. So I think what I might choose is the brown one, and what it does is once you find the one that you want to use, you can use it. But if you don't want to use actions, or you don't want to download actions, you can actually go ahead and manipulate the color, like go to image adjustments, brightness and contrast, levels, curves, exposure, whatever you want to use in order to make this a different color to your liking. You don't have to use actions if you don't want to. It's just there for a convenience or your preference, or it's just there for your own, if you want to use it. Okay, so for the sake of this one, I'm going to use an action by Pukalet. I'm going to press play. The play button is right here. It's going to add all the things right there, and look at that. It added, and there we go. You got your color, and it's all fixed up to that certain type of color. Okay, so once you got your color to your liking, go ahead and save it. And so once you save it, this little thing right here will pop up if you have Photoshop. I believe I haven't used GIMP yet, but if you have Photoshop, this will show up, and I'm just gonna wait right here, let you copy these settings, because these settings are actually the ones that you should use in order to recolor your hairs in The Sims 4. So I'm gonna sit right here. Okay, you got it? Okay, good. So there we go. So once you have to do all that there, you click save, and once it saves, it goes to your folder where you saved it at. And while that saves, we're going to just go over here to The Sims 4 Studio, and since it's like kind of brownish reddish a little bit, we're going to change the swatch thumbnail. And so I think what I might do is like a brownish reddish. I'm going to just do it at random, just like right here. It's fine. And so once it's like done loading and everything, we're going to go ahead and go to import, and wherever you saved your file to, or whatever the name that you named it, you go and find that one. You click the file, you click open, and boom shaka laka laka dang dang dang. Look at that. It looks pretty great, doesn't it? Because it's fixed and it's there, and you have successfully made your own and your very first or multiple first hair recolor for The Sims 4. And look at that, you are a pro, and that's great. But if you guys want me to do like another tutorial about this, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to do one, a more in-depth one. If you want me to do that, I don't know how to go more in depth with it, I guess you would say. But like I said, I might do another one if I learn how to make ombre retextures or ombre recolors. I will definitely make another one to let you guys know on how to do it. But like I said, if you want to make your own custom thumbnail, there you go. But once you're done with all that, you click save where you saved it at, and it says your packages has now saved, and you go over to your lovely, ooh, wow, it's a little something like there. You go to your downloads folder, where your Sims 4 downloads folder. We are going to go ahead and actually open that right now. Just gonna go and open that right there. I got things to to hide. But let's go ahead and go to Electronic Arts. We're going to go to Sims 4, and then you go to your mods folder, and once you do that, gotta have a lot of mods. And so once you do that, once you gotta find your tutorial here, whatever you name the file, which is mine is SpringSims tutorial, which is right here. You can go ahead and actually drag and drop that into your Pacific folder, and it will show up in your game as naturally as possible. And once you go into your game, you can take pictures, whatever you want to do to show off on your Twitter, your social media, whatever. But if you want to take a picture for your catalog thumbnail, again, the dimensions are 104 by 148 to fit that size. So yeah. Either way, that's pretty much it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, hopefully I explained everything really well. All the links and stuff will be down below in the description for your own convenience, and as well, maybe in the comments too. So either way, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!